On today's episode of Underground After Hours, we talk about a tragic squat death. Ep.22 is a cuck. Barbie is a right-wing dumpster fire. And team building. Stay tuned.
Fucking lines all over the place.
Yes.
I swear.
Seafood tower.
Yeah, a lot of clams and oysters.
Are you guys done?
What?
Welcome back to Underground Nutrition, Paramount Gym After Hours. This is episode number 20-something.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Scott. I'm the owner of Underground Nutrition. And this is Justin and John from Paramount. Say hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
What up?
Part owners of Underground Nutrition.
Yeah, let's get that out of the way. We are all
That is-
one big team.
Majority shareholder in Hollow Labs.
John got a mustache. He thinks he owns everything.
A little different seating today.
I changed it up. I didn't like how my ear looked.
You didn't like the angle.
Yeah, I got the fucking ear.
I'm gonna mog the shit out of you on this fucking.
Good, do it.
You know, what
I
I'm saying?
appreciate you
What?
both let me stay in the middle because I would have spurged out. if you
I
tried-
know. God
if you
forbid.
tried to
I
move
know.
my
God,
seat.
imagine he was
as
like,
soon
John,
as
you
you
gotta
said
move.
I wanted a seat change, I started sweating bullets.
Instant nose rubbing.
Let's get right into today's
Go
topic.
ahead, shoot.
We have, unfortunately, I don't want to be the channel that does death and destruction, but unfortunately, we got to stay on the current trends, the topics, the hot topics. I have an article here from the dailymail.com. Are they right wing or left wing? They're left wing, right?
I think they're left wing.
Daily Mail.
Yeah, I think they're
What's
left
the
wing.
Daily
Daily
Call?
Wire is
Right.
and then the Daily Storm is
That's the-
crazy.
I don't think that's what it's called, but yeah.
The Daily Storm?
No,
The Daily Stormer?
I think it's Stormer.
That's the Andrew Anglin or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
We can't talk
We
about
can't
that.
talk about that.
No, we
I
can't.
don't
talk
even know about it.
Me
That's the
neither.
first time
I
I've
heard
heard
about it from Donnie.
Donnie.
Yeah.
Bodybuilder Justyn Vicky, 33, dies after being crushed by a barbell while trying to squat 210 kilograms. That's 400 pounds for Americans.
420 and change.
Yeah, 420 and change. In horror accident. It goes on to say, a fitness influencer has been killed by a barbell while trying to squat press. They keep saying that squat press. You could tell these people don't live who wrote this article.
Yeah, they
There's
don't
no
know.
such thing. It was just a squat, high bar squat
Yeah.
is what we would call it. And maybe they call it that in Indonesia.
Yeah, it could
The
be.
squat press. In a horror accident, Justyn Vicky, 33, was strength training at Paradise Bali Gym in Sanur and died shortly after the freak accident on July 15th. The bodybuilder, nutritional advisor, and personal trainer boasts 30,000 Instagram followers. After the accident, Justyn was rushed to a local hospital with a broken neck and critical compression of vital nerves connecting to his heart and lungs. He died shortly after in an emergency operation, despite the surgeon's best efforts to save his life. I saw the video. Did you guys see the video?
I did.
I saw the video as well.
Absolutely brutal. I thought he died right there on the spot.
Sure looked like he did.
A couple things that jumped out at me in the video. I only watched it once. I'm not a fan of I was never a Faces of Death.
Yeah, I don't like shit. I don't even like to watch animals kill other animals.
No, I'm not a gore person at all. I don't
I feel like
it.
John is the opposite.
He
John
likes that
watched that
stuff. Yeah.
shit left and
I
right.
watched it. This one I watched twice.
Did you watch Faces of Death growing
When I was
up?
a kid, yeah.
Yeah, you sick fuck. That says a lot.
What does it say?
It says,
Issues.
issues.
It's another topic for
You're
another podcast.
desensitized.
Yeah.
It's just super desensitized. So a couple things that jumped out at me right away. The high bar squat, never a huge fan of.
Shocking.
I originally, when I started squatting, everybody I think is high bar just by virtue of they think that's what a squat is.
Right.
As I started powerlifting, I lowered the bar more.
Everybody
and more.
that powerlifts low bar squats.
High bar squat for hypertrophy.
Yes.
I never was trying to power lift a high bar squat,
No, that would be silly.
and I could just do a front squat if I wanted to
Yeah.
squat at all.
Mm.
But the in my opinion, now again, I only watched it once. I don't feel like pulling it up and watching it again because like I said, I don't like that kind of stuff. But it seemed like a completely avoidable, ridiculous accident. And I hate to be the one to say it, but the spotter, world's worst fucking spotter
Ever.
What's the first thing you do when you see somebody struggling with a squat?
And I'm the spotter.
And you're the spotter, yeah.
My arms are underneath.
Underneath,
Under their arms.
Under their arms,
around their chest.
basically.
And
Bear
you're-
hugging,
and
and you're
picking them
lifting,
up.
and you're picking them up.
What's the last thing in the world you let happen to somebody who's squatting? Bumper plates.
Yeah.
By the way, if I remember, it was bumper plates.
Sure looked like it.
The last thing in the world that you let happen
It's for them to go forward.
is to go forward and to step backwards.
Or try to. It looked like he was almost trying to bicep curl
He had his hands on the bar.
underneath, trying to bicep curl this thing.
Right.
When, I mean, it's. I don't know. It's the first thing I learned when I squatted is you dump it. You dump it backwards.
Dump it backwards. Get out from underneath it.
That's it. It's just unreal how avoidable this tragic situation is.
It was terrible to watch. I hate to see it. I mean, you have to imagine on any given day, there's probably 1 million people squatting across the world.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really hear this thing happen too much. I've seen a couple.
Yeah.
Saw somebody get their fucking head crushed or
Yeah.
something.
You've seen some crazy. I never heard of anyone dying though.
I saw one.
Did you?
I saw one. I think it was a Smith machine accident. Really, just awful.
Terrible.
But on his Instagram, I guess his Instagram is the Paradise Bali, or maybe that's the gym. And they put together a little eulogy for him. Seemed like a good guy. Had a lot of followers. What was your hot take? Did you watch the video? You saw it, right?
I did watch the video.
What
I
do you
think
you guys own a gym. What I mean,
I can't even imagine that. I just it's
are
such
you
a-
insured for something like that? You ever talk about like what happens if somebody fucking dies in here?
They sign a waiver,
We're
man.
insured.
We're insured, man. You got to be insured to be open.
Yeah, I mean, is that? Did you ever actually discuss that, like a serious injury or
I
death?
don't think we discussed it with the insurance agent and was like, listen, somebody
it's,
dies.
What is it called? There's a was it personal injury and liability?
Yeah,
Liability and personal
liability
injury.
and personal injury.
Where you got your you think your insurance would pay out for something like that?
Depending
They
on
would
how
have
how
You'd have to, right?
the case and
Yeah.
logistics go, I would think so.
That's fucking brutal, man.
I mean, the liability waivers that everybody who comes through the door signs say that you could be injured or die.
You know. What did you think of the video, John?
I think it seems like a freak accident. I mean, even having that roll over your head, you know, I'm sure that could happen without you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure he's not the first person to dump a 400-pound squat forward.
Yeah, just everything. It was like the perfect storm. Everything
But
went
that
wrong.
bar was super high, and I mean, it's you know, it definitely seemed there was definitely some liability on the spotter's end, and
I couldn't. I wouldn't.
He got in the bucket and looked like there was no shot of it coming up. So like you also have to be smart in your attempts to make some sort of personal record lift.
Yeah.
You know, like it didn't look like he had a chance of getting up.
Whenever I would go for huge, like I'm not sure if I'm going to get this, I would always say to my spotter, "Stay the fuck with me."
Yeah.
You know.
Get 3 people, 1 behind you, 2 on the sides.
And why
Yeah.
are we squatting without safety bars? Why are we doing it? I don't know.
A lot of people are saying that now. I mean, I personally have never squatted with a safety bar. You know, every time I
Not
squat,
a safety bar. I'm sorry. The safety racks.
safety racks.
Yeah,
I know,
you
I know
don't
you're
squat with
talking
that?
about. No, I don't.
Even with 1 rep maxes? You're taking it? The
No.
risk?
So every time I've never really attempted a 1 rep max in our gym. Whenever I did, I always used bumper plates.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I learned, and I think it's just like natural, like instinct to dump it backwards when you can't. You know what I'm saying?
He
No.
looked in super tight.
Yeah.
You know, when you get locked in and you're against and you start to lose, it's hard to free your hands up and go backwards. The momentum carries you forward.
It
You're
does.
locked in.
Yeah.
But that's where your spotter comes in. The spotter should have been around under his arms, around his chest, and either helping him fall backwards with it or standing him up. I've never seen that happen in
So
my life.
anytime I've ever attempted a PR, I've never had a spotter because
Really?
I always used I've always used bumper plates.
and you know how to dunk.
Exactly. So I was at a CrossFit gym. It was always bumper plates, and I've watched so many people just dump it backwards that it just came naturally easy for me. I've dumped plenty of bars.
Yeah.
Plenty.
Yeah.
For all the shit that people talk about CrossFit, they teach you how to do that stuff.
Yeah.
How to fail at lifts.
Yeah, because you're doing, big time lifts all the time.
I have failed on a squat, but I've never failed on a squat without a spotter that didn't help me out of the hole.
Right.
I never had to dump it. I never left it anywhere.
I see all the time at our gym when people try to do it, they minimum have one person, but a lot of the time there's three.
Yeah.
One behind, two on the side.
Yeah. That's how we used to do it.
Right.
And we also had the
Hydro.
hydro
Yeah.
with the straps. So
Yeah.
worst case scenario, you fall forward like that, it's catching it and you're fine. I don't know.
It's just so sad.
It's just a shitty way to go.
Unnecessary.
I thought he had died instantly. I didn't, the video, you could tell that he was in serious condition at the end of it, but it says that he actually did make it to the hospital and died after surgery.
That's awful.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
Yeah, I think like John said, it was just like a freak accident that like everything was aligned in the bad, and this kid just bit it and fucking.
Well, I think a good takeaway for me would be if I died squatting, I would feel pretty confident that I'm going to Valhalla, and that's at least something.
Yeah,
Right?
that's true.
It's almost like dying in battle. I feel like it's an honorable death.
That's like a pet peeve of John. That's one of John's pet peeves.
What's that?
Dying in the battle.
Yeah,
So we're
like when
going
you're going to the
battle,
gym or going to war. Are you?
Yeah,
You're just
no,
lifting
but
weights.
but at least it's like I feel like it's an honorable death. It's not like an overdose.
Yeah, no.
Died in the gym.
Died in a gym trying to better yourself, trying to lift some heavy weight. I guess.
I feel like on the internet he's going to be memorialized like down the road as one of our fallen brethren.
Yeah.
A martyr.
I feel like you'll make it to purgatory and you can talk your way in.
Negotiate. My takeaway is the pit shark.
Right, belt up.
Pit shark.
I don't mean to be insensitive, but
Belt up, dog.
Yeah, well, be careful out there. Be careful out there. So that was our first little. We got to stay on the current events. We had another. I thought it was pretty interesting. I don't know if we didn't do a lot of research and development on this, but the Ep.22 being a cuck, I think is worth discussing.
Yeah, we could talk about it.
Donnie, are you aware of Ep.22? I'm going to give you a breakdown. He's a podcaster, porn star, I guess you would call him now, right? What else does he do, John? You like him?
I discovered him through 1090 Jake.
Who's you're a big fan
1090 Jake is he makes some great content. You can't argue it. He does a lot of the you can. His stuff is amazing.
I don't watch it, so
I don't. Yeah,
he does he exposes like the snitches on
the fake
people who are like the fake gangsters. How they the rappers and social media personalities that talk about all this and that they do, and then 1090 Jake goes and gets their paperwork and airs them out.
Who's a fake rapper that he's had out? I want to know now. Do you know?
I don't even.
Like,
I don't
time?
know.
No.
I think they're big time now, but I don't.
Gotcha. All right.
I don't
mean
know
to put you
them.
on the spot. I just want to know.
It's like a beef show. It's like
So he did. He did a 3-hour interview. Ep.22 did a 3-hour interview with 1090 Jake. 1090 Jake is from Boston, Massachusetts. Is the only
he's a white blood.
He's
right?
the only recognized, actually recognized, high-ranking white blood.
Right, and he just opened with it.
And he's
is
open
he still?
with it.
Is he
I don't know
still?
if he's active. I mean, it's
I don't know either. I can't watch.
I don't know
too much
anything
of that
about
shit.
it, but
I know you're into it.
It's interesting. But beyond all that, I mean, they have. He has so much. I get drawn to his podcast because he has so many. And I'm not even lumping 1090 Jake in on this, but some of the other people he has on there, quote unquote pimps, and it's just it's
a circus.
It's such low IQ. He had what's his name that just died was on there, and it was painstaking to watch.
It's like a modern day Jerry
Who's
Springer.
the guy that just died?
Who?
The kid star.
Who?
Aaron Carter.
Yes, Aaron Carter.
Oh.
He had Aaron Carter on there a couple days before he died.
How did he die? Did he kill himself or overdose?
I just overdose.
Drugs, I think. And, and to watch, it was like watching that. It was like watching a car accident.
Yeah, because he was clearly fucked up and deranged.
Yeah, had no idea. Talking about how he was bigger than Kanye West, and he was. It was insane. And then I think an hour after I watched it, I got like the notification, the news notification. Aaron Carter's dead.
Yeah, yeah.
He was a brother of one of the Backstreet Boys, right?
Yes,
Awesome.
but he's famous for that podcast, and then he has the other podcast with
Isn't it No Jumper?
with his wife. No Jumper is the podcast I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Where he has a lot of like the low IQ, type people on there. And then the
Podcast with his wife is wild.
the
I've never
podcast
seen it.
with
I've
his
never
wife
watched
is
it, but I've seen
they
TikTok.
they have a female adult film star on there. They interview them, and then together they have sex with whoever the guest is.
And then they have like an OnlyFans where you can watch the video, I believe.
Yeah. Well, it's like a paid pod. It's not like a podcast you can find on YouTube.
So this is look, Adam.22, I've seen his podcast. But it seems to me that it's gotten to be completely scripted. Yeah. So he gets married recently, and then his wife and him were exclusively doing girl-on-girl stuff.
Yes.
Right?
That's what
And then they get married, and the first thing that she does is then have BBC porn with what's the guy's name?
Jason Love.
Justin pulls it out.
Well, I've read the articles,
I'm
dog.
just doing some research.
Easy, dog. You're doing research for the show.
All right, so they set up we just got married. By the way, we're gonna break the seal here. She's gonna do her first in a long time, her first guy scene with Jason Love, who's a notoriously endowed porn star.
Right.
And Adam.22, everyone's calling him a cuck and all sorts of names in the comments on Twitter, getting tons of engagement.
Oh, yeah.
They do the scene, right? It blows up. It's on my Twitter feed. I don't even follow these people on it. It's like
It's everywhere.
it's trending.
There's hilarious memes.
There's people watching it, and he Adam.22 is basically like, I'm okay with this, but then he starts playing into the I'm not a cuck thing. He starts playing into the memes because he's smart. I think
He's cashing in.
he's
He has a business
totally cashing in.
Yeah.
And then they create obviously fake beef between him and Jason Love, talking shit to each other about it. Like, and then her pinned tweet is, "You got to respect my man if you're gonna fuck me," which is just bonkers. What a bonkers statement.
2023 to the
2023 to the fullest. They
Yeah.
got kids together.
They have kids? I didn't know
they
that.
really?
Yeah, there's a whole nother weirdo thing about this whole thing. There's, if you dig into it, there's like a whole other Adam.22 is like a creep and does some creepy stuff. I don't have enough of the information on that, but I've seen enough on Twitter to be like, oh God.
Yeah.
So my hot take on the whole thing is like, he's cashing in. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's absolutely brilliant, but at the cost of
His dignity.
BBC cuck. You know what I mean?
BBC cock.
Like that's what I mean. That's the cost.
It's WWF.
Are you willing to pay for, like, what price are you willing to pay to be rich?
Yeah.
And notorious, or well known?
Yeah.
That's the price? That's the price?
Are you?
I mean, personally,
where's your willingness?
I don't believe in the cuck stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of it.
Even if it makes you
Some things need to be sacred.
wealthy as.
Some things should be sacred.
Yeah, no, I mean, I hear you.
Because if everything's for sale, then everything is for sale.
Yeah.
There's
no coming back from that.
But if you're okay with it, I mean, I'm not a libertarian because those people are kind of low IQ. Like, don't infringe on anybody's rights to do any. That whole come on, it doesn't work.
You're holding me back.
But I don't care. I mean, it's entertaining, I suppose.
It's sad that it's entertaining because it's everywhere, but some of the memes are fucking gold.
They're the best memes I've seen in a while.
I told John I saw one with Hasbulla behind her.
Yeah. That's Justin's favorite.
I
guy.
love him.
I
know you hate him. I fucking love that.
I want to see him ejected from a high-speed car accident. Like,
I
just
love him.
blown through the front window.
Well, it's kind of disheartening that, like, podcasts now have gone scripted.
Well, that's what I've
They
seen a
try
lot
to
of
sell. They try. They went from like fictional TV to reality TV, and then they've completely turned reality TV scripted, and it seems like the only source of like actual
content,
yeah. Like genuine content. One of the only, not the only, but like podcasts, and now they're scripted.
But you see why, like you see like Bobby Lee, Tom Segura. It's like we do a podcast every 2 weeks. How hard is it to find content and to be entertaining? So you have a good podcast. If you look at your analytics, it's going to go up and down, up and down. The drama shit is going to keep people, it's going to have high views, and then it's got crossover because then you create this drama and then you can go on to other shows and you can talk about that shit exclusively. And then everybody's laughing behind the scenes because it's all fucking fake.
Yeah.
Right? Or it's like obviously fake. I've noticed it recently. Like I watch some podcasts, a lot of the comedy stuff that I watch where there's like Fighter and the Kid, there was overlap with Tom Segura and then that camp and the Joe Rogan. It's like this whole circle of people who all have podcasts.
Yeah.
And then how do you keep that entertaining?
Just go at each other.
You have to have some controversy.
Some kind of controversy.
So I think the takeaway from this is we got to start some fucking controversy.
Some scripted controversy.
No, like real.
you want real.
I mean, we
real
can
beef.
start with real beef.
You want real beef.
We can start with real beef, I
Okay.
think. I mean, I don't know where we would pull it out from. There's stuff. I feel like there's stuff.
There might be some stuff.
And one of I already did that.
Donnie from motherfucking left field. Nowhere. What?
You guys remember back when I was first started doing videos, I personally, and like thinking back on it, I feel like I might have been the only one with the real problem enough to like make a video about it.
Yeah,
but I felt like enough was being said and done behind the scenes that I could make a video on it. But it was more to just set the record straight because some things were said on Instagram that just weren't true, and I wanted to just get it all out there.
Air it all out, yeah.
And I'm spiteful. I'm vindictive. Like I want to fight. Like and I can't. And jail and like everybody will get mad.
Yeah,
Win or lose. That's just the kind of person I am. So the only thing I can ever think to do is like, let's start some shit. If we're gonna talk shit, let's talk shit like out in the open. Like who cares?
Yeah.
And I did that one video about my whole stance, Alan's stance on it, and it just died. So talking about it now 2 years later would be fucking corny as hell. But
yeah,
if anything comes up, I'll be gladly. I mean, shit, I can start something.
We know that.
There's nothing to say. It's like, well, Alan, he thought Alan used a Spartan theme, and then it got back to us that there was like, oh, you're copying because I also Greek something or another, like I Greek god, and there's I have a monopoly on that imagery. And then there was the Kobe Bryant Lakers shit, and then there was like 4 or 5 different things that happened, and I was annoyed enough to make a video about it, hoping, honestly, in my head, like this is gonna spark some shit because at least we'll get some engagement, And I'm good at talking shit. I love it. I'll do it all day. Say whatever you want about me. I don't care. I'll watch it and laugh if you're funny, but you're not. So that sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. So I think we need to do something like that.
We need some controversy, and then we can script it and make it even better.
Yeah, we'll call them up on the side and be like, no, let's fucking ride. Just call me names.
Yeah.
Call me names.
Make fun of me.
Make fun of me.
People to like talk shit in the comments.
I mean, if they want. I've been trying to get people to talk shit all the time.
He does it all the time.
Nobody does.
Nobody does.
One guy made a joke about your ears. It wasn't even funny.
It was all right.
Made Scott switch his seat.
That was me making fun of my own ears.
I'm teasing. No, I mean, but all these shows, man, even like I know you guys really aren't into it, but all like the sports debate shows, like I know you've heard the name Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless. They all have these debate shows. Well,
never heard of the day of my life.
Awful.
Is that about sports?
It's fucking terrible.
Sports ball?
Yeah.
I know those names.
I know you know
Did
those
they
names.
score a lot of touchdowns?
They sure did. No, they're actually analysts, and they will have a debate, and they don't even believe the things that they're saying, but it makes good.
They just want to say crazy shit.
Yeah, and then the one person will say something outrageous, and the person will be like, "You're a nut."
What's that called in wrestling? What's it called? Like a heel, right?
A heel is the bad guy.
That's just like you got to take the opposing stance, even
if you don't believe it.
Yeah.
Right. Even if it's fucking ridiculous, like these LeBron James are better than like the LeBron James people there that he's better than Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
It's just like you're retarded. If
And
you think that.
but the point of everything I was trying to say is Adam 22 is a cuck, a scripted cuck or not. You're a cuck. It's just crazy.
Rich cuck.
It's nuts. And you got kids, and eventually they're gonna grow up, and you're gonna be paying for their therapy. So make all the money you can now.
You're gonna pay for it.
You're gonna pay for it eventually.
Do you think that was the final straw that's going to cause the kids to go into therapy?
I mean, finding out that mom got married
Isn't
and
he
then
like
met
huge-
Jason Love on video shortly after is probably gonna.
Sure did.
I don't know how that's gonna play out in my childhood head. You know,
Mom and dad are.
kids are brutal, dude. You get a hold of something like that.
Oh, your mom and dad.
Did you see your mom's video?
Yeah. Yeah.
She
no.
was in pain. How much did that cost?
Listen.
So yeah, that was my Adam 22 thing. You got anything to add to that? I feel like.
No, I mean.
So what I'm trying to say is, we should start some dramas, unscripted at first.
I know Scott wants drama big time. John's a little hesitant, and I understand why.
I feel like he's getting every. You know, the truth is this: is that no matter we all, it's business. It's like the fitness world. So there's plenty of beef out there. The stuff that really drives you crazy, if you don't get on it right away, if you don't fucking start some shit right then and there, then you just sound like
It just sounds corny.
You sound like you're living in
sound
some-
resentful.
and
Bitter.
Yeah. It sounds bitter. It's like that shit happened 2 months ago, dude.
Yeah. Why'd it take you 60 days to bring it up?
And then there's the plausible deniability because nobody ever says nothing in nobody's face. Nobody ever does something.
No, it's
like
always
right in your-
hearsay.
And then you start talking shit, and then they do the craziest thing
I
in the
don't
world,
know.
which is go.
I don't know what
that
you're
was
talking about.
never
I didn't do
about
that.
you.
I don't know what any of this is about.
You're gonna gaslight me, and then you make me feel crazy,
Right.
And then everyone's gonna go.
Well, Scott's the crazy
Scott
one.
is crazy. He
Yeah.
does.
No, I get it. I mean, I'm sure we could think of something, and something can definitely
There's
pop
been
up.
so many fun things, so many missed opportunities.
Yeah.
We'll just have to jump on the next one.
I'm ready.
The
Next
thing-
one, Scott, I'm going to jump on.
You're
it
gonna
for
jump
you.
on?
I'll jump on
You're
it. The
gonna
next one.
Dip your toes in the water.
The next one.
and we'll just really go in hard.
All right, no doubt.
All right, so
Adam 22.
as soon as we get some
books.
drama, if anybody wants to start some drama, just drop us a DM and say, this guy said this about you, and then we'll read your DM live on the podcast.
And then talk
And
some shit.
We'll talk some real shit. We'll give you the scoop.
45. What do you think's
can
going
bring
on,
something
Don?
in for us, Donnie?
Barbie. I want to see Oppenheimer.
I want to
wanna-
see it tonight.
I want to see Oppenheimer,
I want to see Oppenheimer.
but I'm going to go see Barbie.
Yeah.
Come on, Barbie. Come on. How's it go?
Come on, Barbie. Let's go party.
Yeah. Yeah, so I heard from what I'm very involved. You know me, I'm really into Twitter. I have an anonymous Twitter account. Don't try to find me. You might people would call me a frog.
I know what your handle is.
I'm a frog. And the general consensus is
Really
that,
quick, did you subscribe so you could see so your rate limits aren't exceeded?
No,
No.
No.
How annoying is that?
it doesn't. It's not anymore.
Oh,
He
it's not
fixed it.
anymore? Oh, okay.
He fixed the rate limits.
Thank God.
So Twitter is becoming quickly growing to be one of my favorite social media, if not the best social
It's
media.
the best one
platform
around.
Around. It is. Elon Musk is a genius. I don't care what anybody says. I like everything he's doing. I don't care that he wants to put microchips in our brains. I don't care. I'm with it. I think the free speech thing to me is the most important thing in the world, and he seems to be genuinely concerned about what people about censorship, stopping censorship.
Right.
So this is the general consensus on right-wing Twitter, and also left-wing Twitter because I follow both because I like to, I like to get in there.
You're
Yeah.
a man of the people.
Yeah, and I like
Both sides.
I like to hate read.
Yeah.
I like to read something and say I fucking hate you.
Yeah. That's why I got
So
banned.
I guess it's a very woke movie from what I understand. Now keep in mind I haven't seen it, so this is just based off of reviews. Very woke, and Barbie lives in a matriarchy. It's a Barbie world.
Mm-hmm.
It's women run shit, dominate it, right? They're just pretty and like whatever. And she ends up in this world, which is obviously the evil patriarchy, where men rule and dominate everything and control women. And Ken comes along. Now Ken's been living in the longhouse, they call it, the matriarchy, suffering under female rule. Imagine what that's like. Imagine a true matriarchy.
No.
Good-looking guy comes over here and he's like, Jesus Christ, this is
What I've been
awesome.
missing. Yeah.
This is super cool. And so I guess Barbie has to overcome oppression here.
In this world.
It saved the day. And Ken has to, I would imagine, be banished back to the Longhouse to suffer.
Is he assisting her in that?
I don't know the story. I feel like they come there. I've seen the previews. They come here together, and then it looks like Ken goes off the rails when he realizes how awesome it is to be a guy. he actually has
Turns into like the Hangover sequel.
Yeah.
and he's got genitalia.
Right.
And he's like, he gets any job. It's just like what it's like being a man. You get any job you want.
Right.
You could be sexist. You could
pay.
a girl walks past you could literally say anything you want with no consequence. Like Hollywood patriarchy.
Yeah.
So, I guess from what I understand, that it's a terrible movie. I think Ben Shapiro literally started burning in effigy Barbies for some reason because, conservatives.
He gets really passionate about weird stuff.
They're smart though. He's just, I guess like now they have like whole PR teams, and Ben Shapiro of all people is like, being forced to see Barbie. I'm gonna give you my review.
Yeah.
And then he's like, this is a terrible
He did a
woke piece of shit.
YouTube video on it.
And he literally burned Barbies. And I said, you guys are controlled opposition. You should all be strung up with the journalists because I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to subvert the whole thing. You piece of shit.
He's
special. Anyway, getting back to so apparently the story is supposed to be extremely woke, tell a story of women overcoming the patriarchy. Bravo, but I guess it was so poorly written that the key takeaway and the guy who stole the whole thing is Ken. Is that he's the funniest one, and his storyline is the he steals the show,
the hit of the show. Yeah, when he realized.
So I'm going to find out tonight if any of that's true.
Okay, sick. You gonna go see it?
Hell yeah,
no doubt.
Fucking, I got tickets. I'm gonna go do some research and development.
All right, cool. Have fun with that.
How we doing, Donnie?
That was the best part, Donnie. That's got your vote.
Anyway, I thought a great T-shirt would be the Underground and the Barbie logo with Ken, but Ken from A Place Beyond the Pines with the tattoo on his face.
It's a good movie.
Donnie, come on, dude. You got anything else? This is the worst podcast we've ever fucking done.
You say.
We did. Maybe we should have a meeting. Consider firing Donnie.
No, we knew.
Oh no.
I was looking at like questions you should ask, like team building questions.
Oh, what happened to this? Let's do this and take it out.
Okay.
Team building questions.
Team building questions.
We got.
All right. So
what is the premise of this?
It's just like questions to ask your partner, meaning like partner, either best friend or business partner, stuff like that.
Scott's excited because he's going to be able to say mean stuff about me.
Scott, I guess you could say about both of us right now, like what is something that John does that annoys you? And then as the same thing, what is something that I do that annoys you?
Okay. John's easy. John puts everything off and doesn't take responsibility for anything. He's lazy.
Okay.
I love you, though.
Okay.
He's lazy. One of the laziest people I've ever met in my entire life. He doesn't want to do fucking anything.
It's fucking crazy because I would say
it's not. This is my question. This is not your question. That's what I mean.
Okay.
All right,
John, what is something that Scott does that annoys you?
I thought I was doing you
all right.
too.
So what? Yeah, do me too. Sure.
What's something that annoys?
What is something that I do that annoys you?
Sometimes when you're giving advice, because me and you, I wouldn't say we're similar, but we have sometimes in our lives, in previous points in our life, we've had some similar issues. And I think we have a similar worldview.
Right.
So sometimes you give me advice that you clearly ignore yourself, and it seems like you're just saying it because you think it's the right thing to say, knowing full well that you don't even believe what you're saying.
I don't necessarily know if it's all right. Sure. Okay.
Okay. That's it.
All right. Sounds good.
John, so you're full of in other words, when I'm asking that you're full of shit.
All right.
And I wish sometimes you would just say the truth.
Awesome.
Just tell me the fucking truth.
Yeah, right. John, what's something that Scott does that annoys you and something that I do that annoy you?
I think, I feel the same way about Scott that he feels about me. I also think that me and Scott are very similar. So it's probably
Jesus
accurate.
Christ.
Do you disagree?
I think my work output is so much higher than yours. in nearly everything. But go on. All right, it's your question. I'm sorry.
No, it's just he's not. Unless
lazy.
it directly negatively affects Scott's life, like it makes him uncomfortable in that second, he doesn't fucking care.
Right.
He
Takes a
doesn't
lot
fucking
from it.
care.
I care.
It's not. We have situations where like me and Scott are trying to get something done. Let's get something done. Let's get something done. And you know, he's and he does not give a shit until like it directly affects him.
Awesome.
And somebody around him starts barking about it. So it's like
I got to hear it.
Right.
he's got. That's how. Yeah. He unless it directly affects Scott.
Self-centered to
negatively,
the core.
He is self-centered to the core.
Yeah.
He will literally. He's distant to the point of like dishonest. Dishonest.
Okay.
I think that's fine.
I'll be
Good.
like, Scott.
I think that's fucking crazy.
I gotta pay.
Coming from
Can you
you.
pay for this for me, Scott, real quick, and I'll vend you. I don't have any fucking money.
He's got more money than
I don't have
anyone.
any fucking. Like, Scott,
You guys want me to pay the Venmo fee?
I just need you to. I just need you to. Float
He wants
this.
me to eat the Venmo fee.
I just
That's
need
all
you
it
to-
is.
I just need you to float.
There's
this
a
for
fee.
6 hours.
No,
It's
if
if
you
you
want to
want-
wait, I don't want to wait, dude.
You just
Everybody
wait
does
1 to 3
instant
days.
Everybody
No,
does instant
I don't.
transfer.
No.
Oh, you wouldn't.
I don't.
You wouldn't.
Because I don't need it right away.
Oh man, don't make me say it.
John, what's something that I do that annoys you?
Is it just
Anything.
directly from me?
Yeah.
I feel like you never take my side
Okay.
ever. You're always no. You're
There might
always
be a
the-
reason for that. I mean, maybe
No, but
that's
you're
a
always-
you.
This is his answer.
I'm just saying.
This is
Maybe
his
it's like
answer.
You're always the
reflection.
devil's advocate.
Yeah.
You're my partner. You're always publicly. You're always supposed to take my side.
Okay.
But you'll be like, he's like, he always is. I could even see the sky is blue, and he'll be like,
Not
it's
today.
not.
Not today.
It's
it isn't.
not.
A little
He
smoggy.
never-
It's actually
he
a reflection
never,
off
never
the-
takes my side.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Something that John does that annoys me.
He wants to know how hard he could go. He's
Go
like,
ahead.
No,
Go
it's not about
hard.
hard. No, it's not about being hard. I feel like I care about John's well-being and health more than he does.
Yeah.
I really do.
Everybody
I
does.
I get so frustrated with him in regards to like just like his overall like well-being.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like
I know what you
physical,
mean.
mental, and physical.
everything.
We went
But,
to
like,
hit some balls yesterday. He called it cardio, and he said he's down to lifting 1 day a week, and he said it with like that's a thing.
That's-
like, he's
yeah.
like he's oh Scott, I'm on the 1 day a week training program.
Yeah, man. It's just I just care so much about him. I want him to be like all right, and he's just like everything bad for you, John does.
Yeah.
Everything.
Can I jump in and say
Sure,
something else
go
about
ahead.
Scott? He's a fucking liar. that I never. That
didn't happen.
He does.
He
He's
didn't
a
happen.
fucking liar.
Fabricator.
He's a
This guy, he
fabricator.
said, my back is blown into orbit, and he's swinging the golf club yesterday. His spine looks like a fucking question mark. He's hitting this ball so hard, and he's popping around. I said, what are we doing? We're going to get a burger? Let's go get.
That's right.
I said, yeah, let's go get a burger and a hot dog.
Yeah. So I just want John. I just want you to take care of yourself, and you're
Yeah, John.
sucking down
I want you to
caffeine.
be a little healthier.
You know, you're just instant, fucking scrolling all the time. He just can't get off his
Dopamine.
phone. I've never seen somebody on their phone as much as John.
Are you fucking serious?
Well, him too,
Not me.
But I don't spend all the time with him, so
you don't care about him as much as you care about
that
me.
is true. You're my partner. No, I love
I'm
Scott.
somebody else's problem. Alan moved.
Alan left you.
Could not have moved further away.
Right.
Yeah.
Something that Scott does that annoys me. Scott really never really annoys me. I think it annoys me that he picks on you a lot.
He does,
He
right?
picks
Bothers you?
Yeah, I mean,
You just made that up. That
No, I'm
doesn't
dead
annoy you at all.
serious.
You laugh pretty hard.
that doesn't mean it's not true. Sometimes that means it's the truest thing
Do
in the
you
world.
acknowledge the fact that he's dishonest?
I wouldn't say he
Acknowledge it. Acknowledge it.
Where have
He's
I been
dishonest.
dishonest?
You're a fabricator.
You didn't
make-
tell me. You didn't tell me. You tell me. Look me in the eye.
Cardio.
Wait, hold on.
yeah, after
You
that.
said you didn't tell me. I said, "What? Are you been training?" And you said, "Yeah, I'm doing 1 day a week around there."
I said. I never referred
And you
to
didn't
golf
say
as
that.
cardio.
You didn't say when I brought up your working out. You didn't bring up golf as if it's like some sort of physical activity.
never happened.
That didn't happen.
That part didn't happen.
All right. Well, I must have misinterpreted it because you made it seem like part of your training program is to go into country clubs and play golf twice a week.
Oh God! All right, that was a good one. I like that one. I think there's like 2 more questions.
Let's go.
Scott, what's your favorite memory of John?
There's so many.
Isn't there?
That's a positive one, right?
Yeah,
favorite.
My
It could be favorite.
My favorite memory of John. Oh my God, I got to think about this for a
Like
second.
if you're doing my eulogy right now,
My favorite memory of John.
you're telling an entire church full of people.
Oh, I mean, there's do it on camera. No, I mean, if I was being sincere,
Yeah, being
sincere. My favorite memory of John is when you guys opened Paramount together, and he felt accomplished for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
For 5, I mean, he was stressed out of his mind, but the thing was finally open, and you guys did the grand opening. It was a big hit. People were there, and for 1 second in John's life, he thought to himself, "It's going to work."
I made it.
He didn't sound like an old Jewish woman, just curmudgeon, just complaining about the weather. You know what I mean?
John's-
It's like every time I call him up,
That would have been a good one. John turned into his father real quick. dude.
Mashugana. Everything is like, you know.
All right, favorite memory of me, or am I lumped into that too?
No, what would be my favorite memory of Justyn?
That was the best you got all the time we spent.
What the fuck, dude? Put me on the fucking spot. What did you want me to say?
I don't have anything.
You don't have anything? I feel like there's something in your mind that's...
I don't think you enjoy our time together.
That's not true. There's been so many fond memories. Justyn, my favorite memory of Justyn.
It's going to be me falling at the pit. That's a good one.
I mean, that was straight up. I couldn't be honest to say these, but yeah, you falling in a strongman competition. That's not my favorite memory of you.
Pretty funny though.
No, I don't know. What did we do? Did we do Christmas at your house one year?
I think it was Easter.
Was it Easter?
brunch?
Justyn in all his element was. That's a good memory.
That was a good memory.
You meeting your family all for the first time, and
Oh, you know what? That was at my parents' house. I think that was for my clean date.
oh yes, it was.
it
It
was
was
for my
all
clean
about you. But I also thought I was there for a holiday as well.
You might have stopped by for a holiday.
Yeah, I
too.
think that was a good memory. Seeing you and your family in your element, big Italian family, good food. You seemed happy.
I like that.
Yeah, so
I like that.
that's my favorite memory. I'll go with that one.
John, what's your favorite memory of Scott?
I don't have any. I enjoy it. My favorite memories of Scott was, and you're gonna laugh because it's feeding into his stereotype about me. But when we used to just train, all the time, we would every night we would meet at fitness shop.
I saw the pictures.
And we would work out
every night on Snapchat.
And there was like a solid 3 month
We were specimens.
where like we were in good shape, or good shape for me.
The world was our oyster.
Yeah, and for a solid 3 months, I think 3 days a week, we would pull up to the parking lot outside fitness shop, and we'd look at the building, and we'd be like, "Want to go get something to eat?"
Smoking Newports.
Right.
And we went on like a little restaurant tour.
I like that.
That was when we started our personal Zagat's rating restaurants.
That's another one. I think some of our dinners
Yeah.
were a
As a
good
group.
time.
Dinners are a good time. I
We
agree.
gotta go.
My favorite memory, I think of John. It might have been like honestly, dude, I'm not even gonna like gas you up. I just remember the first time I like met you, and I didn't even really talk to you. I was I think it was at the Colts Neck meeting, and I had like 90 days clean, and you were speaking on. I remember exactly. You were speaking on the second step, and you were like, you said something crazy like I got 11 years clean, and I just was like, no way. No shot. This kid looks like he's 13 years old. He had Concords on. He had
Do-rag.
not a do-rag. No, he had camo shorts.
He had a 50
And
cent like security
He
bulletproof vest.
it was like honestly, I'm not even kidding. It was like everything I wanted to be. I was like, no way. You know, and I had like, dude, I was still shaking off Suboxone.
Yeah.
You know,
For a moment, I was somebody's hero.
yeah, for a moment.
For a
And then I
moment
met
in
him, and I was
time.
like, oh
Yeah,
shit,
like,
this kid's
got
way
fucking
more sick and
problems.
suffering than I am. Favorite memory of Scott?
Let's hear it.
Honestly, man, I swear I think it was probably pandemic cardio ball.
Cardio ball. Not the first time we ever met.
Not the first time First time we ever met
Squirt
you.
it wind straw in your mouth.
Yes. You were like, hey, this is steroids. Take this. I was like, all right.
I want to go on record and say that I got a lot of pushback from all my friends about being friends with you.
Yeah, I get it.
And
Yeah.
Where are they all
Not
now?
I stuck by your side.
Where are all your fucking friends now?
Not me. I was a big Scott fan from Jump Street.
This Scott guy, he's a bad influence. I don't know what you're seeing.
Yeah.
I mean, in their defense, I was a little wild.
You were a
back
little
then.
crazy in the beginning. But yeah, cardio ball, and then we had like a summer where we played tennis nonstop.
We got to bring the tennis back.
Tennis was awesome. So yeah,
Me
that's
and-
mine.
Me and Justyn, if I were to say my favorite memory of me and Justyn, we did a what would you call that relief bus thing? Like a charity event?
Charity event, yeah.
We took a bus into was it
Harlem, yeah.
I saw a
Harlem.
picture of that.
We have a picture. We could put the picture up.
Yeah, we
I'll
get
send
the
it to
picture.
Send
Donnie.
it to Donnie. And
Yeah.
It was it was the only time that I looked better than Justyn.
Yeah. John looked good.
But yeah, we took we went up to one of our friends who was running it, and we up north, and we stayed at his house, and me and Justyn had like a sleepover on like an L-shaped couch. We're like our heads were like,
Yeah, it was pretty
Were you
sick.
guys head to head or
And we,
toe-to-toe?
we were toe to toe, I think, but we were laughing the
the
entire
whole
night.
night, and then we had to get up at like 5 a.m. and drive into Harlem.
That's a good minute. That bachelor party.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say where we were
Do you
laughing
remember
the
that?
whole
Oh,
night.
dude, I was up till 5 a.m. telling you guys stories.
Good stories.
That was Adam's
Adam's,
bachelor party.
yeah.
That house was beautiful.
Yeah, it
what
was.
I wish I could tell those stories.
That's really it. There's no more good ones, I guess.
Give me one more.
You want one more?
Give me the best one.
What's one thing you would change about John?
His fucking. I just wish that you. I wish you would, and maybe this is I'm projecting a little. I wish you would start working out again.
Okay.
I wish you'd start working out like hard, and be the face of the gym. Just like really training,
Yeah, my fucking shoulders are getting heavy, bro.
taking training, take a trend again.
Oh, we don't want that.
Some clenbuterol, some DMP,
Yeah,
like the old days.
like the good old days.
The old days, when you had to jump in the pool because you thought you were overdosing on DMP.
Yeah.
That was me.
I was gonna say, was that me or
That
you?
was me.
What's the one thing you want to change about me?
We can. It's a family show.
Thanks. You could just say I'm perfect as is.
I just wish you loved yourself as much as you love Jesus.
That's right. I'll never love anybody as much as I love Jesus. John, what's one thing you would like to change about Scott?
Nothing.
I think Scott should be a little bit more.
Tell me. Should I be?
I don't know the word for it, but Scott is very insensitive to people when they. It's just again, it's the same. When he's involved, when it's his issue, it's earth stopping.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody else is going through the same issue, it's tough up, move on. You're annoying me. You're affecting my life.
Is this over yet?
Whether it's a
is
physical
a-
or emotional injury.
Common symptom of men with power,
Narcissist. It's a common symptom of what narcissist
I
is.
don't think that's true.
If Scott's injured, he's literally been ripped in two.
Right.
I'll talk
but
about
John's
it.
back.
Yeah, no,
Man
it's
up.
not even that serious.
Man
I
up,
saw you
dude.
golfing.
Spinal stenosis. Pick up a weight.
If he's got something going on in his life, it's we got to curtail our life to that situation.
Yeah.
If somebody else, it's an inconvenience to him.
All right. What's one thing you want to change about me?
I wouldn't change anything about you.
That's
No,
That's a fucking lie.
no.
That's an insane lie.
He makes up for how unsupportive you are.
To say that there's nothing about Justyn that you would change is irresponsible.
To the world.
It's irresponsible.
I'm doing
to
the world a
Justyn.
disservice. What would I change about Justyn?
You don't think that he's too rigid? You don't think that he's too? He is the opposite of you, and it's just as crazy. like if you are loose, he is tight.
But it doesn't. I mean,
He doesn't have a lot of balance. He is a hard man.
He's not wrong.
But I think he enjoys it. And my only as long as in his last moments he could say that it wasn't time wasted. For me, it would be time wasted.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to fucking. I'm not in my final moments, whether they're next week or in 10 years. I am not gonna regret time I didn't spend on the fucking Stairmaster. And if he enjoys that time on the Stairmaster, then I don't think he'll regret it.
It is a real
I just want
die.
him. I just want him to spend. I want Justyn to enjoy the time that he is. And if he's enjoying the time he spends and the food he eats and the
I just want to
in,
alleviate some of his suffering. I see him over there, and he's such a cool cucumber.
Right.
On the outside.
On the outside, inside him.
Inside, he's burning with madness.
That's right.
You don't think he enjoys his rigid regimen?
You think anybody enjoys 45 minutes on the stepper? Nobody enjoys that.
No.
People who like compete, they know that that's coming. Their coach is going to put that in, and they're like lamenting it. Nobody's putting it in his plan. he put it in
up there,
and he's been doing it. What do you do? 5 days a week, 45 minutes,
5 days a
stepper?
week. Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Did you see my home gym? I got a piece of cardio equipment.
Do you?
Yeah, this kid Connor, one of our customers, good guy. He's like, I got all this equipment. Come get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I grabbed a bunch of shit.
Right.
Gave me a good price on it.
Nice.
So I got an elliptical.
Good for you. Are you
I
using
got a
it?
squat. I used it today for the vlog. I had to make a show of it.
Oh, that's right. Can't wait till that comes
I set
out.
it up like literally 2 days ago. I got a squat rack. I got a
For the
bench.
vlog.
No, it just so happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
All right. Well, good. Put it to use, dog.
I'm killing it.
All right. Just to wrap this up, one thing I would change about Scott.
What the fuck? What would you change?
What would I change about you?
What would you change about me, Justin?
I would want you to. Oh, man. What would I change about Scott? I would want, because I know deep down you have some spirituality in you because you have you kind of lean towards the traditional conservative side, but I think you fight it so hard because you don't want to, kind of surrender to it and give up the power.
Right.
But if you allow some sort of, and it doesn't have to be Christian, but I think part of you wants it to be, so you can.
Are you trying to save my soul? Right now?
I am trying to.
Oh,
cleanse
dude!
your soul.
Listen, if I could just like snap and be like, I believe. If I wish like some mystical thing would happen, and I'd be like, oh yeah.
There's so many things in your life that has been,
But you attribute
miracles.
it to. My problem is that I listen. I have no problem with spirituality. Will never say that Christianity. I have no idea.
Right.
You guys could be. You might have gotten it right.
Uh-huh.
And as I grow older, I've grown closer to the idea of Western religion.
Right.
I would like to take it a step further back to like the pagan times. Like I really like the, like the Thor stuff. I think they had a pretty good.
They knew what they were doing back then. Yeah.
like,
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm also not an idiot.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm torn between spirituality and like organized religion.
Right. Of course. And then that's the
But
thing.
I can't-
That's when things get misconstrued, is the religion versus,
And I love
the belief.
Catholicism.
Yeah.
I like to like read about it.
Yeah.
And I like it, but it's like I don't know. I think it's all corrupted by.
That's where you got to kind of just separate.
You know who?
But I get it. I understand. So
By the
that's what
devil.
I would want to change about you.
You'd
'Cause I
want
think-
me to be religious like you.
Not
so that I
religious.
can-
Don't
I
say
can
that.
be
Spiritual.
You
I
want
want
me
you
to
so you
spiritual
can,
like you.
so you can experience freedom.
Are you free?
I'm on some days I am. On some days
This is
I'm free.
crazy.
Some days I'm super free.
Oh man, this is insane.
One thing I want to change about John is I want John to love himself as much as I love him.
Yeah.
Because he's just
He's got a
sometimes
snake.
you could just see him suffering inside. You really can. You know, and he's
And you can see it, and he's like, "I'm gonna go get a muffin."
John is actually like one of the most if you want really good advice, John's one of the people I would go to probably before you. Actually, definitely before you.
I would call John before you too. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Before me?
For sure.
Okay.
Because you don't have to, like me and you, we don't have to listen to each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
I-
I'd be like, come on, dude. Come on, stop it.
Yeah.
You did this to yourself. You say it to me, and I'm like,
All right, I did it to myself.
John's got to listen to me.
No, yeah. John gives sound advice. He's very aware. John's got good awareness. I'll give it to him. And I just wish he would give himself a break and love yourself as much as I love you. All right? That's what I would say. And that's the end, I think, Donnie.
Good job. All right.
Crushing it.
That's it. We're done.
Guys,
Thanks for watching.
2 weeks. Peace out.